Video J5 goes through the basics of 3D shapes. You need to learn everything on this video, including all of the details about edges, faces and vertices. If you know all of these facts, it will make answering the questions a lot easier. They won't give you the facts that are on this video. So to begin with, you need to know the three features of any 3D shape that you can describe. So first of all, we have what they call faces. Faces can be rubbed against your face very smoothly. They can either be flat like this, or you can also get curved faces like on a sphere. Then we have edges. Here's an edge here. An edge is basically where two faces meet. Here, this edge is straight, but if you look on something like a cylinder or a cone, the edges can be curved. Think of it as being a knife edge that could cut something. The last feature is one of these here. It's called a vertex. Vertex is just a posh mathematical word for a corner. If you have more than one, you call them vertices. You get vertices occurring where three or more faces join. Remember, an edge is two faces joining. Vertex or vertices are where three or more edges join. Makes a point or a corner. So let's move on. Okay, you get asked quite a lot of questions about cubes and cuboids. Difference between a cube and a cuboid is a cube is made up of squares, whereas a cuboid normally has rectangles and squares, or just rectangles. Both of them have 6 faces, 12 edges and 8 vertices. Next we move on to pyramids. Now pyramids have got a shape on the bottom which is normally a triangle or a square, but it could be a hexagon or a pentagon. The main thing that makes them pyramids is the fact that they join up to a point at the top using triangles. Moving on to prisms, sorry, there should be a letter P there. Prisms are basically a 2D shape that has been stretched out. So with a triangular prism, you'll get a triangle on one end and the same triangle on the other end, and it's almost as if they've been stretched out with rectangles joining them up. Sometimes you see them lying down on their rectangles like this one, and sometimes you see them standing up on their shaped edge like this one and this one. I like to think of prisms as being almost like a Swiss roll where you can cut them into slices, and each of the slices would be the same size and the same shape on the end. So you can do the same with a pentagonal prism where you could cut it into slices this way, and the same with a hexagonal prism. That face would be on every slice. So for each of these it tells you the number of faces, edges and vertices. It's not essential for you to remember these numbers, but you do need to be able to calculate them by visualising those shapes in your mind if you are asked a question about them. Moving on, these three shapes have got curved faces, so I've put those separately. We have a cylinder, which is 2 circles joined with a curved face. We have a sphere, which only has one face, so it's got no edges, no vertices to join anything together. And then we've got a cone which has 2 faces, a curved and a flat one, and also one edge on the bottom and a vertex. It says a vertex up at the top, a point at the top, or it's like a corner. Make sure that you learn these shapes and you can identify them. They will not give you clues in the questions as to what the shapes are. They will probably just draw them, or they will tell you what a shape is and not give you a picture. So it's essential that you're familiar with them.